You've probably heard the story of the prodigal son. But I promise you, most people only get half of it. Because this story isn't really about the son who ran away. It's about a father who did something so radical, so unreasonable, so completely over the top, that it should change the way you see God forever. Let's go deeper. A man had two sons. The younger one walked up to his father one day and said something almost unthinkable in that culture. "Father, give me my share of the estate." In the ancient world, asking for your inheritance while your father was still alive was essentially saying, "I wish you were dead." It was disrespectful. It was shameful. It was a public humiliation. And the father? He divided his property between them. No argument. No lecture. No punishment. He just gave it to him. Right there. That's the first thing most people miss. The father didn't force his son to stay. He let him go. And that tells us something profound about God. He doesn't hold us against our will. He gives us the freedom to choose, even when our choice breaks his heart. The younger son packed everything up and left for a distant country. And he wasted it. All of it. Wild living. Bad decisions. People who were his friends when the money was flowing, and strangers the moment it ran out. Then a severe famine hit the land. He had nothing. He got a job feeding pigs, which for a Jewish young man was about as low as life could go. He was so hungry, he wanted to eat the pigs' food. And nobody gave him anything. That's the part that always gets me. He went from having everything to fighting pigs for slop. All because he thought life would be better on his own terms, far from his father's house. Sound familiar? Scripture says something powerful here. He came to his senses. Not, God struck him with lightning. Not, someone preached at him. Not, he had a dramatic vision. He simply stopped, thought, and remembered. My father's servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death. He rehearsed his speech. Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. He wasn't expecting restoration. He was hoping for employment. He just wanted to get close enough to home to survive. So he got up and started walking back. Now here is the moment that changes everything. The moment most people gloss over, but shouldn't. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him. Still a long way off. That means the father was watching. Every day, scanning the horizon, waiting. And the moment he recognized his son's silhouette in the distance, he didn't wait. He didn't fold his arms and make the boy come crawling to him. He didn't prepare a speech about consequences and disappointment. He ran. A wealthy, dignified, Middle Eastern patriarch, hiking up his robe and sprinting down the road. In that culture, that was undignified. That was the father humbling himself publicly before his son even got the chance to apologize. He threw his arms around him. He kissed him. The son started his rehearsed speech. Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy. But the father wasn't listening to the speech. He was already calling to his servants. Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger, sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate, because this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. No probation period. No, we'll see how you do. No, you've got a lot of making up to do. Just full restoration. Instantly. Publicly. Extravagantly. But the story has a second son, and this is where it gets uncomfortable. The older brother was out in the field when he heard the music and celebration. He asked a servant what was happening. Your brother has come home, and your father has killed the fattened calf. And the older brother? He was furious. He refused to go inside. His father came out and pleaded with him. And the older son let it out. Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who wasted your property with wild living, comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him. And notice, he didn't even call him my brother. He said this son of yours. His resentment had turned his brother into a stranger. The father responded with extraordinary gentleness. Son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And the story ends there. We never find out if the older brother went inside, because the question isn't for him. It's for us. Here's the real lesson behind this story, the part most people miss. This parable has two lost sons. The younger one was lost in sin, in a far country, broken, ashamed. The older one was lost in religion, at home, obedient on the outside, but bitter, entitled, and completely misunderstanding his father's heart. Both needed to come to the Father. Only one did. And here's what that means for you. You can be in church every Sunday and still be lost. You can know all the right scriptures, do all the right things, and still have a heart that refuses to extend grace to people you think don't deserve it. The younger son needed to learn that grace exists. The older son needed to learn that grace isn't earned, and it isn't fair. That's the point. Grace was never supposed to be fair. It was supposed to be scandalous. The father running down the road, robe lifted, sandals slapping the dirt, that image is God. That's what God does when you turn around. He doesn't make you crawl. He runs. For the younger son in the room, maybe you've walked away from God. Maybe you've wasted time, relationships, opportunities, or your faith itself. Maybe you've rehearsed your apology, convinced that the best you can hope for is to just get close enough to God's house to survive. This story is for you. You don't have to have it all together before you turn around. You just have to turn around. He's already watching the road. For the older son in the room, maybe you've been faithful for years. You've done the right things. You've shown up. You've sacrificed. And now someone who didn't do any of that is getting celebrated, and it bothers you. That bitterness is a prison. And what's heartbreaking is you're standing outside a party that's already been thrown for you. You just won't go in. Everything I have is yours. The Father said it. God says it to you. But resentment keeps you from experiencing it. For teens and young people, you don't have to wait until you've made every mistake to understand grace. Learn it now. Receive it for yourself. Extend it to others. Because the world will teach you to keep score. God is teaching you to keep the door open. For parents and seniors, you may be the father in someone's story right now. Your child, your friend, your sibling, they're on the road back. They're still a long way off. But they're coming. Don't make them crawl. Run. If this hit differently than the last time you heard this story, drop a person running in the comments. Because someone ran for you. And there's probably someone in your life right now who needs you to run for them. Share this with the person who needs to hear that it's not too late to come home. And if you want to go deeper into Bible stories that most people only scratch the surface of, follow New Story every week. The Bible is not shallow. We just need to go deeper. God bless.